DrDandruff in the building. I don't know if I'm live. I don't know if I can hear me.
I don't even know
Oh, because I had my
if
watch on.
I'm
That's why.
live.
We're gonna do an interview. Let's go somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna ask me questions?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you like what is good in a relationship and type stuff.
Oh, that kind of deep.
Yeah.
Well, I made a big mistake from
Hold
get
on.
go
Hold on.
one.
Save it.
Mm.
Let me see. Let's
Are
go
we live?
somewhere we can sit down or something.
Are we live yet?
Huh?
Are we live yet?
Yeah, we're live. Could
Okay.
y'all hear me? Y'all, hey, text in the chat if y'all can hear me. I'm right here with Lynn. We right here gonna do an interview, real talk about relationships. She been in a relationship for what, 15 years?
46 married and 50 together.
Oh man, Angelina, can you hear me? Put a thumbs up if you can hear me or hear us. Or
Who's Angelina?
that's my sister.
Oh, hi, Angelina.
Can you guys hear us? Let us know. Anybody that's in here, we got two people in here. Please tell us you can hear us. Let us know. Okay, we good.
Oh, all right, we're
So we
good.
got 15 years, right? How long you been married?
46 married
You
and
married 46 times?
no, 46 years married to him.
Oh, 46 years married. Oh, I'm
And
sorry.
50 years knowing him. But I met him when I was 6 months pregnant with my son from my first marriage.
Okay.
But I was leaving him because he liked to drink and then beat the shit out of me and he kicked me in the stomach, cost me almost the loss of my kid. Doctor said I did, but a month
You
later
can have
there
this
was a
one.
heartbeat. And then I was pregnant again. Still.
So you got, so you're with your ex that used
No,
to be?
my ex is in Colorado, behind a big pine tree somewhere.
Oh, yeah, we don't even want to know what here about that.
No, you don't want to hear about it. He doesn't like pine needles, so I made sure he got pine needles.
Oh, wow. Y'all stay tuned. We're gonna get some more people in here and we're gonna get this interview cracking. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be wild, y'all, on some real shit. I guarantee you this is La Doña right here, probably one of the greatest that's ever lived. And you guys don't want to miss this. I swear to God.
Uh,
Oh, you're probably talking about Hit It and Quit It. That's what the song's called. It's not on YouTube yet, Angelina. It's not on YouTube yet. It's called Hit and Quit It.
hit it and quit it.
Yeah. No, she's talking about the song that I have.
Oh, hit it
Yeah,
and
what
quit it.
song do I have? Yeah,
Gotcha.
my new song that I have.
Do you write songs?
I do. I'm a songwriter.
Oh, dude, I didn't know that.
Hmm.
You never told me that. Shit. Well,
Let me see. View, message, show.
should I tell them that I'm a sociopath and a psychopath and they
You're
have to
not a
guess what I
psychopath.
do?
This is wait.
They have to guess what I do?
No, no. We ain't gotta
No,
do all that.
we don't want that like that.
No. Let's go sit down somewhere. So I can get you an interview right quick.
No? I get you so you can do it yourself, make money so you can get over it.
No, that's what I'm saying, but
And other ones are Zans. Because I have to have them for my panic attacks and my PTSD. And those will also put me to sleep at night. I take enough of it, like I'm up all night till like 5:30 and go to bed and sleep until like 9:30, 10. Or when the stupid
We
maid
thought
wakes
you
me up.
left. We thought you left. Just hold up. Let some more people get in here. I'm gonna go on mute, and then we're gonna get into the interview. We're gonna dive right into it. I got somebody that's a real symbolize somebody that's somebody from somewhere. So y'all just stay tuned. Wait.
Yeah, they will.
Smokey the local bear, what's up with you, baby? I see you, my boy. What's up with it? How y'all doing? We got two in here. Just wait. Let a couple more people get in here. Y'all stay tuned. I got the interview with Miss Lynn right here. It's gonna go crazy. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna go crazy. Trust me. Just hold up.
Tell them I'm a old,
Invite some
I'm
more
an old
people.
lady, but I get it. I've been around since 65, 66.
65, 66 a year. When
Mm-hmm.
you were swimming in your daddy's nutsack. Real talk. Just
Yep.
wait. This is gonna be crazy. Hey, you send yours? That's what's up, my boy. I appreciate you. Stay tuned. It's gonna be crazy on some real shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we
an
got
old lady, but I'm
we
still
got an
kicking.
OG right here that's been
I'm
doing
still
it.
kicking.
A real OG. I'm Dan. Hey, this is an interview with one of the original OG woman from the Hells Angels group. The whole Angels Biker Club. It's crazy to be crazy. Y'all just hold up. Sense OGs from the Hells Angels. I'm gonna go on and mute right quick. Roman Ramirez, I see you in here. What's up with it? Yes, sir. We got Lynn right here, Miss Lynn right here from the Hells
Mhm.
Angels biker chapter. It's going crazy. She's gonna tell you how it started. She's gonna tell you her story, and we're gonna see what's up. So make sure y'all bang that like button. Please subscribe to the Dr. Dandruff podcast. It's going crazy right here. I'm not in my studio right now. I'm on the edge of moving to Vegas. We have the interview right here with Miss Lynn from the Hells Angel group.
Thank you.
Real talk. Let's go on some real shit. We got in here, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna go on mute for just a little bit, and then we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna dive right into this interview on some real shit. What it do? Dr. Dandruff is in the building. What's up with you? And I told you guys we have another dope interview right here. I got my girl right here, my homegirl, Miss Lynn right here.
Hi.
So we're gonna ask her about some questions and we're gonna go on our way from there. All right. So y'all ready? We ready? Bang that like, please subscribe. We go get it in right now. So Miss Lynn, where you from?
Well, I was born in Glendale, California, and I started out doing modeling when I was 9, 10, 11, 12. I came from a very abusive family, and at 17, I finally knocked my mom out, and she hit the floor, and I took off running because I knew she was going to kill me. So I stuck my thumb out and went up to Frisco, and I stayed up there, and every Sunday we go to Lovin's, and every Sunday I was a hippie. And at night, I happened to meet Sonny Barger walking his dog at the park.
And for those that don't know who Sonny Bertrand is,
Oh,
who
Sonny
is that?
Barger was the president of the Hells Angels of Frisco, and we met and we got talking. And next thing I know, he asked me to come to the clubhouse and go out riding at night. I go, yeah, I'm a night person. I could deal with that. That's what we did. So we had a
Okay.
good time.
So you met Sonny just walking your dog?
He was walking his dog, and I met him at
Oh,
the
he
park.
was walking his dog.
Yeah.
Okay. For those that don't know, Sonny is probably very iconic. You know, when it comes to the Hells Angels group, you know, bicycle. I mean, not bicycle, but motorcycle club.
Harleys.
Hardy Davidson. I mean, these guys right here been going at it with Mongols, been going at it with Vagos, been going at it with pretty much anybody.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like within things. So you meet Sonny how? Like he's walking his
He's
dog, and what
walking his
happened?
dog in the park, and he was standing by a little fence because his dog had to take a piss. So I happened to come up, and I said, "Hey, how's it going?" He goes, "Fine, how are you?" And I said, "Good." And he just started yacking, and then next thing you know, he tells me he's like, he rides Harleys. And I go, "Oh my God, I love Harleys. And I know how to ride little bikes, but not big bikes." And he said, "Oh, it's easy, I'll show you." So he showed me how to ride a bike. And
Oh, so he's the one that showed you how to ride a bike,
yeah,
a motorcycle.
yeah, more
Okay.
a Harley. But it
Okay.
was a small bike. I mean, it was a Harley, but it was small.
Right.
Or a big bag or anything like that. And I could hold it up. I was all good. And then he came down to San Fernando Valley, and I was coming back down to San Fernando Valley because that's where I lived. And we met up again at the clubhouse, and then we just hung out. And then my brother went in, prospected for him, and now my brother is an enforcer. I am also an enforcer, and let me think. Um,
And for those that don't know what an enforcer is, what's an enforcer?
they take care of business. They collect the money. They break kneecaps. Whatever you got to do to get your money or your whatever you're doing.
Okay, I hear you on that. I mean, see, like me, you already know. I interview celebrities. I interview comics, rappers, artists, anybody
Mm,
that has to do with it. You are my first Hell's Angel member
mm,
that, you know, like, I mean, because this is very iconic. This is like
mm,
something that people really need to hear.
mm.
And your story is just amazing to me. So this is
Really?
why we're outside and we're doing it outside because we outside. We got
Yeah.
nothing to hide.
No, I don't hide from nobody. But then they don't really see me because I'm only out at night. But the thing is that I came from an abusive home, and I was full of rage.
An abusive home
and
where? An abusive
My
home where?
parents.
No, where? In what city did you?
Oh,
What city
in
are you from?
Glendale.
Okay,
Rocker
so
Center, Glendale.
okay,
And my parents were just, my dad was a Marine, and so he was therefore my drill instructor. And used to belt quite a few times. I would do one thing wrong, and my mom would backhand me one. My grandma would come home. My mom would tell her what I did, and then my grandma would hit me with a dresser mirror.
oh
And
wow,
then a half an hour later, my dad would show up and then he'd tell, "Go in your room, pick out the belt you want. I'll meet you there in 5 minutes." I got beat up 3 times for one little piss down thing. Like, I didn't say, "Please pass the butter." I just said, "Pass the butter." So because I didn't say please, I got my ass kicked in. That's what happens when you're the oldest. You get
and
fucked over
what age
first.
was this? What age was this?
All my life.
Oh wow.
And then at 14, I left. And I was raised in the church, and my family.
So your dad wasn't like, or your family was no type, like, no part of a biker club or nothing.
Not then,
Oh,
no.
okay.
My dad rode a motorcycle, but he wasn't in the HAs then. But he was very in the Marine Corps for 4 years.
Mm.
He went in at 16 and a half, 17, for 4 years, I think it was. And he was all Marine when he came home, built like a brick shit house, and he could swing a nice belt,
Oh wow.
buckle. And I going, shit, you're fucking on my legs. But anyway, after that, I kind of cleaned up my act a little bit, did some more modeling for this house. It's a boutique in Glendale, and would entertain old ladies on Sunday for brunch at the country club, modeling clothes. And then after that, my mom and I had a big fight because she thought I went out with one guy. We had a fight, and another guy brought me home. And I tried to tell her that. She goes, "You're lying, you're lying." I go, "No, I'm not." He hauled off, backhanded me in the mouth, and I hauled off with a right, and poof, right in the chin.
So you socked your mom.
Oh, I knocked her out.
Okay.
And she hit the floor, and then I took off with my thumb out. And I went, "San Francisco, please," because I had a girlfriend and her boyfriend that were up there living. And she said, "If you come up, come and see." They lived on the corner of Haight and Ashbury. There was a 3-story apartment house. We were in the middle. The guys downstairs would go out every weekend and play their music on the side. To find out, just like 4 years ago, my neighbors were actually the Grateful Dead.
Oh, and for those that don't know who the Grateful Dead is, who are the Grateful Dead?
Yeah, they were a band, and there's a lot of people that follow them. They're deadheads because they're like acid freaks. And so while we were up there, we made connections with Dr. Osley, who made Osley LSD, Purple Osley.
So he's the one that the creator of the LSD, or one of the creators of LSD.
We went to his lab, and he would make it up. And then I got people who wanted that. My boss that I was working for at the time was...
You don't gotta say his name.
I'm not
gonna say his name. Yeah.
But he was with the Costa Nostra, so he gave me 10 grand to go back up there and get me a shoebox full of vials, which I did, and came back and spent 3 days.
And a shoebox of files is
a shoebox of vial of liquid LSD.
Oh, vials.
Vials.
Oh, not files. Okay, yeah, vials.
And then you take a little dropper and you do 1 drop on a sugar cube.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd sell them for $5. And his 10 grand turned into 250,000 when I got done. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, he didn't give me any, but he gave me a raise from my job. That's about it. But yeah, I used to do a lot of little things like that. And then I had a bad car accident, and I got a huge concussion. It's called a brain injury, like a severe brain injury. No, it hit me here, and it shut off my emotions and my feelings. So I can't feel like emotions and feelings now.
Right.
So that made me a good candidate for being able to do my business, and whatever that was, I could go home and sleep like a baby, and it never bothered me.
Yeah, well, yeah. Somebody in the chat said $5 is a lot for back then.
Oh, yeah, but it was.
But did they sell? I mean, think about it. They went from $5, and the next thing you know, they have $150,000, or was it? You said 150 or 250,000?
No, 250,000 by the time we were done, and we used to get kilos of Mexican pot. There was
like dirt weed,
Acapulco gold, and black mold, and the black mold was buried in dirt, and it would get wet and grow mold, and there was
and it was still good.
Kicked your ass.
Wow.
Really good shit. But the LSD was really good back then.
And what city were you living in at this time?
I was back in Glendale. I had an apartment.
So Glendale, California?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had an apartment down in lower Glendale that was above a garage. And another thing that happened, I was sitting in my living room watching TV, and in walks a red fox. And I'm going like, what are you doing in my house, dude? And she came in and she lived with me for 4 years
And okay,
because
so
I always left
this
my
is just
door
some
open.
female that you just knew, or like an
No, this is
acquaintance
a
or a friend of
red
a friend.
fox. Just a red fox. A
And,
dog,
and
like a
what's a red
dog.
fox?
A red fox is like a dog.
Oh, okay.
And she just came in my front door because I always left it open. And she came in, made herself right at home, and I had a fox for a friend and a pet.
Okay.
And then after 4 years, she didn't come home one night, and I was into that. And then I became kind of an animal activist too. I found baby raccoons. I had one that had 80 stitches in his chest. He was my compadre. Uh, my ex-husband at the time when I was 19, I married, excuse me, a guy who liked to drink, and then when he was done, he liked to beat me up. So I owned the apartment.
Was he part? Was he part of the? Was he part of the biker gang?
No.
Okay.
Oh, hell no. He was from Boston, Massachusetts,
Okay.
and he liked to drink. And then if I was even a minute late coming home from work, because I owned the building, we lived there free. I was also the manager. At 12 noon, I was done. I worked from 1 until 10 at night. He was home at like 5:30, and then he would be drinking. And I have to stop and get gas. I'm 5 minutes late. I walked through the door.
So he would whoop your. So he would whoop your ass because you were 5 minutes late.
Yeah, he would get me in a headlock.
What?
Yeah, and he'd do this until finally I got pregnant towards the end, and he did not like me when I was late, thinking I was out screwing around, and he would kick me in the stomach to try and make me lose the baby, and
No way.
oh yeah. And I started hemorrhaging like no other. I went to the doctor the next day. Doctor says, yeah, you probably lost it. The following month, there was a heartbeat. I didn't lose him, but
And this is your first
tied
son?
to him.
So you had your first son?
Yeah, my first son.
Okay.
And it turned out the morning that I went into labor, he slammed me into the kitchen sink cabinet, belly first, and my water broke and to the hospital.
Wow. And how many months? How many months were you at this
I
time?
was only 2 weeks early, thank God, but yeah. So I had my kid, and then I divorced, and I met the husband I have now, and we've been together 46 years married, and total of knowing each other, because I lived with him 4 years before I said I do. I want to make sure he didn't have any little
Right.
bullshit in the closet, you know.
So let's get into the Hell's Angels part of it. Like, so when did you like decide that you wanted to get into the Hell's Angels, or like what recruited you, or what was the motive that you felt like, hey, you know, like I know Sonny, I know, you know, I know this person, that person. Like, what happened? Like how was the get down?
The thing for me is that I was full of rage, hatred. I wanted to kill people because if they pissed me off, it wouldn't have bothered me to blow their brains out and leave them there and go home and go to sleep. So that's what happened when I got the head injury. I lost all sense of feeling. Like, I know what love is because I had it when I was younger, so I know what it is. But when you lose it, you have to kind of act the part of I love you thing, or you have to act like you like somebody. And it's terrible. It's really a bad feeling when you can't feel it to actually express yourself. So you have to kind of act and bring it out from what you remember as a kid or whatever. So
did you end up buying like a motorcycle? Or did was that part of the issue? Like let's dive into the Hell's Angel.
They put me together.
Okay.
A guy in Sunland, a friend of mine, he built a trike. So he says to me, he goes, you're going to learn how to ride the bike. I go, I'm not riding a fucking trike. I said, I want a Harley. The 2 wheels. He goes, no, you're going to learn this. It was a suicide clutch.
Okay, so for those that don't know, what's a suicide clutch?
And you shift it on the left side like a car. You do the clutch thing and you shift it. And I thought I was going to friggin' die. So I have to get up in the morning, run down to the market 3 blocks away, and I went the whole way in first gear. Because I thought, if I shift it, I'm going to fuck the bike up. I know how to flip it or something. So I stayed real on side streets and everything. And then I finally got the hang of it. I thought, wow, this is really, I want a trike. Then, no, now you're going to get a two-wheeler. So I hung out with them at the house down at the SFV clubhouse down there.
That's his
I,
SFE is the San Fernando Valley
the
chapter.
San Fernando Valley,
Okay,
yeah.
that's the Hells
And
Angels, y'all. The San Fernando chapter of the Hells Angels. She's here. She's in the building. She's talking her story. Stay tuned. Bang that like, y'all. Please, please, please. Right here. This is some real shit.
it's probably not as interesting to you, but I had to let my bullshit out of my head, out of my body, out of my heart. And that was my calling, I suppose. The only thing I could really feel love for was animals. I didn't trust people. I didn't like people. I didn't want them around me. And if they did and got too close to me, then it was distance or it was,
Violence.
yeah, well, kind of, yeah. But I didn't want to do that kind of stuff. But the thing is, you got to do what you got to do in order to protect yourself.
Right.
You
And
know,
this is
I had
based.
enough abuse at home. I
Okay.
had enough abuse with the church. I went to the church at 14. My parents were abusing me. They beat the shit out of me all the time. I'm
Oh, so
always
you went to the church and you told them.
Yeah, and
Okay.
while I was talking to them, the bitch goes in the back and she calls my parents and goes, your daughter's here, come and get her.
She's over here diming you guys out.
Yeah, and so they kept me there talking, and in walks my parent. I went, oh, fuck no, I'm dead
No, I'm really
now.
gonna get my ass
I'm
whooped.
dead now. I am fucking dead. So, I never went back to a church after that. I have never been to a church since, except for maybe a funeral or a wedding.
And what kind of church was this? Was this like
Presbyterian church?
oh, Presbyterian? Okay, so it wasn't like Christian or anything. It wasn't like a Victory Outreach
No,
or
no,
Catholic
no,
or
no,
Presbyterian.
No,
Okay.
it was strictly Presbyterian because my dad wanted us to be German Lutheran because he's German.
Lutheran.
Yeah. Lutheran church.
Lutheran church. Yeah.
My mother wanted us to be Presbyterian because of the English side of the family over in England. So that's their religion.
So your
That's
mom
all-
is England? Your
One-
mom is English?
Well, she's English. Well, she's German, French, and Cherokee Indian.
Okay.
And
Your
my
dad is-
dad is German and French. His mother's French, and I mean, like a mutt mixture,
Yeah.
But the
Like
German,
one of them ugly alley dogs.
yeah,
But mean.
When you get mad, the German comes out, and you get very stubborn, and you know.
We all know them Germans are fucking mean. We all
We're
know that.
mean motherfuckers. We kill you. We will kill you. No, I'm joking.
Nah, I hear you.
But no, and then let me see. After I had my son, well, I met my husband now when I was 6 months pregnant in June of 75. No, yeah, 75. And he started flirting, and
How did you guys meet?
he moved in across the street from my parents'
Oh, wow.
house. So we got to talking, and his brother was the same age as my brother, so they went dirt bike riding up in Saddleback. They did up, dirt bike riding. So they never really let me go. But then Jared came over, and he had a 754 Honda, and I said, okay,
That's a
we'll go for
motorcycle.
ride. Yeah,
Okay.
it was a Honda motorcycle.
Okay.
So he took me up on the 118 freeway right after it opened, no cars, at 120 miles per hour.
Oh shit! You were in the back. You were on the back of it.
I was on the back, and we pulled into his driveway. We got home. The tires were fucking bald,
Damn.
and they could have boomed, and we would have been, like.
Yeah, you guys
everywhere.
would have just lost control and died.
Oh yeah, because he wanted to show off, thought it was funny and everything. But I freaked out when I saw the tire. Don't you ever put me on his back again until you get tired.
Roman said 754 cc.
Huh?
He said, was it a 754 cc?
It was a 754, yeah.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
right. Yeah, that's what he
754
said in the
Honda.
comment. Yeah.
And so he also had a dirt bike, a little yellow Suzuki or some shit. And we then got together on St. Patrick's Day. We moved in up at his dad's shop. There was a little house behind it. It was kind of like built for an office. So we made it into a house, had a kitchen, bedroom, 9 yards. Was up there with my son, and his father was a big flirt. So
Whose father?
Jerry's father.
Oh, your now husband's
Yeah,
father.
and
Okay.
so he was constantly going, "This is my new daughter-in-law," with his arm around me, shit.
So he was like being like extra touchy, flirty
Yeah,
type.
and
Okay.
the curtains were all see-through in the house. I go into the bathroom, take a shower.
And that's his house.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
done.
So he has see-through curtains, so he can see what's going on inside the house.
And I'm in the bathroom taking a shower, and I get out of the shower, stark raving naked, and he's like this through the window.
Yeah, they say
I'm
weirdo.
going,
Yeah, they're saying weirdo in the chat.
dude.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's a
I
weirdo.
told Jared, I said, we're getting the fuck out of here. So I found a friend who's a real estate agent, and she helped me get like income for a big paying job, and one for him too, and ended up helping us get down payment for our house, which was actually hers that we bought from her. And she told me showed me how to flip houses. So we bought my house for 76,000, and I took a loan out against it because we had some equity, and I paid cash for the house across the street. Is on the other side of the street of Verdugo in Burbank. So I had a house and a rental.
Yeah.
And I no sooner put the sign out, and this guy comes up with his wife and goes, we want to rent your house. And I go, sure.
You were selling it, or you wanted to rent it?
No, I just bought it and finished cleaning it up and everything, and they wanted to rent. So I go, sure. He goes, how much the rent? And I said, $1,200.
And this is in
It's off my
76.
head.
This is in 76, y'all. This motherfucker was probably like the
This
Fresh
was-
Prince
no,
of Bel
by
Air's
this it was
house.
77.
Oh, 77.
So, yeah. But yeah, I told him, I said, 1,200. You go, okay. And I went, huh? So I got that plus the taxes and everything else that went along with it. But then we had those two. I fixed them up, and I made huge profits off both of them. Bought 2 houses in North Hollywood that were dragged up from Torrance, cut in half, bought up on big flatbeds, put back together in North Hollywood. And then we got into street racing, VW cars and stuff. And then we also...
The Volkswagens.
Yeah, Volkswagens.
Okay.
And there were street races, and then we got into drag racing, VWs, twin turbo motors, 9 seconds through the quarter mile. I drove the Gia and or the red VW. There's an oval window. I forget what year it is now, but anyway. And then I promoted the business overseas to Japan. They would come out with suitcases with like 200 grand in it. Yeah, well, dude, let me borrow your suitcase for a minute. But they'd slam up on the hood and say, want to buy your car? And slam out, 50 grand or whatever. So I promoted business overseas. I'd get him to buy like 4 motors, and I'd get up in the morning to bank transfer of $32,000.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good. And my brother-in-law.
Is that Jerry's brother?
Jerry's brother.
Jerry's brother, y'all. That's
the bad boy that fucked up my whole life. But anyway, he wanted back in the family, so he told Jerry, I'll help you build all these motors. Blah, blah, blah. What he did was help himself steal a lot and lie a lot. And then he ruined the reputation I had spent years building by sending a guy a VW that he promised a bunch of stuff to inside. When he got it shipped, it was empty.
Right.
And then he had a friend who had a magazine and talked shit about us. They printed it, and it went all over.
Oh, shit. So they're trying to sabotage you by magazines.
He did.
Oh, okay.
He did.
On my way.
Mine's on.
Oh, yeah? Okay, good. Mine's, yeah.
Jerry.
First SOA,
Jerry.
now mine. Hey,
We're right here. We're right here.
We're live right here on YouTube.
Yeah, we're right here live on YouTube, y'all. We got Jerry in the building too, man. Look at Jerry's like, man, fuck that, man. Mayans are on. We're out of here.
No.
He said, fuck all that. Mayans are on.
Yeah, I know. Go get your apes and, go have yourself a good old time. I'll be in a little bit. They'll play it again after. Nah, I love the SOA one, and now they've got the Mayans that are like the Mongols.
Right.
and
We're gonna get to that story
it's
too as
it,
well. Let's get to that story too as well after you're done with
yeah.
what you got to
Well,
say right now.
I'm pretty well done with my pitiful life,
No, no,
but
no, no, not that. I'm just saying like so. You being with the Hells Angels and you guys getting into a massive brawl. Like
mhm.
I mean, there's people that died in Laughlin.
Yeah, but prior to
And
that,
yeah,
okay,
prior to
I
that,
got my
let's get to
brother.
that story.
I got my brother in it. I got my husband in it. I got my father in it, and they all prospected and everything else because they were my family, and I know how to keep my mouth zipped when I need to. I know I'm
Yeah.
not doing that now, but I
Yeah,
should
but
be.
she's not saying too much, y'all. She's just telling her story and how she persevered and how she's doing better for herself now. That's all it is.
Yeah, well, yeah, that, and I was doing things like promoting business, making big money off that, flipping houses, making big money off
That's
that.
right.
I bought him cash, his first Harley. We paid off our Porsche. We paid off my house. We bought cars. We paid them off. I mean, like, cash. I only deal with cash.
Let's boil it down to the point where like so what happened? Like what do you feel that you guys were at Laughlin at the same time? Like
Yeah.
I mean, what happened on
Well,
that?
we went to Laughlin for the Laughlin Run. It's a 4-day event. My favorite place to go is Oatman because they have donkeys there, donkey mules there from the old original gold miners and stuff like that. I love that place. But anyway, we were at Laughlin, and there was a little tiff between HA and a Mongol, and the Mongols got pissed off, and I guess they told their guys, hunt whoever. So it was HA pulled into Ludlow for gas. And then right after you pull out of the gas station, you go up an on ramp to get back on the freeway.
Hmm.
And they were waiting, I guess, for him because they shot him dead off his bike. His bike went up the hill running. And then later that night, they all got the word of what happened down in Avi and
That's in Laughlin, yeah. That's at the
yeah,
Avi, at the Avi,
Avi,
y'all.
the
Right on the
Indian on the
Colorado River.
reservation,
Yeah.
yeah. And also, they got word at the Flamingo,
Hmm.
and we were eating in a little cafe at Harris, and we had just come out, and Pappy was uh, the like the grandpa or granddaddy or whatever who started the Mongols,
Hmm.
and he was
So
tilted back.
he's talking about Pappy, the leader,
Yeah,
like one of
Pappy.
the biggest guys in the Mongols.
Yeah, and he was leaning back up against the wall in his chair, and he had all his little soldier youngsters around him. But when it just came through the front door, the first thing they were doing was chains, knives, guns, and boom. And next thing I know, I was standing at the elevator right behind Pappy to get on the elevator
Hmm.
when he got shot, and I had brains and blood all over me.
So they shot Pappy in the head.
Yeah. And I got in the elevator and went up to my room. I didn't even realize that anything was on me until went to go take my pants off. Oh, fuck. This shit's got to get burned now. So I got out of there, but the problem was they locked, after the big melee downstairs, they locked us in our rooms. We couldn't leave our rooms until they come over the loudspeaker at 4 o'clock in the morning and said, you cannot go out, no food, no water, no nothing. You stay in your room until we see you come out. I'm thinking, what the fuck, what happened? The bomb, I mean, after 9/11, you're thinking that maybe, some kind of, bullshit was up. They go, nope, you just cannot come out. So 4 o'clock that afternoon, the sheriff, well, I was watching outside downstairs because we were up on the 6th floor. The whole beach was covered with 3 different states of cops. There was Nevada, Arizona, and California.
Hmm.
And they had dogs, they had undercover, they had CHP, they had beat cops, they had, I mean, you name it, they were there. They were combing the beat out there.
Right.
And they were following the blood trails on the carpet. And then the bloody hand on the door is where they knew somebody was in there that had been hurt.
And whose room was this?
Well, that's where the cops were going, were to the rooms that had blood going to them. They just followed the trail, and a few of the Mongols pretty much stayed at Harris. So there were a lot of them there, and so no, it was a bad scene. I honestly do not have anything against anybody, but you fuck with me, you fuck with my family, you fuck with my bit, whatever, I will protect it.
Of course.
But I don't have a grudge against anybody on this planet unless they've done something like to my kids or whatever. I'm not the kind of person. I don't have extra out, like feelings like, oh, I like that guy or that lady's the nice lady, but I don't spend time on that.
So did you get hit during the mix, or you didn't get hit during the
I just
crossfire
got
or nothing?
sprayed with body stuff, and I was not happy about that at all. So we got locked in there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We got let out, and we had to come down the elevator and walk with our hands behind our backs, back against a wall, single file, and they took us out to the parking lot, loaded us on a bus, and took us across like riverboat or whatever the hell it was. And in the parking lot, there was a dead angel in the planter. He spent all day in the hot sun before they finally brought home a body bag.
Damn.
It took him out at like 4:30 that afternoon.
And this is at the Avi.
Well, Avi is usually where my family will go. I mean, they will hang out there, but they don't want to be in the motel or hotels in town.
Right.
Because that's a big bus.
What up, Jerry?
That's a big bus.
Okay.
Is that Jerry? Like in my head?
No.
I was gonna say, you don't know how to play. You don't know how to do
No, y'all,
YouTube.
y'all missing out. Real talk. We got the Hells Angels, all the shit, that shit, crazy shit that happened, man. The melee down at the Avi, down at the Colorado River. It's crazy with the Mongols. It's nuts, man. On some real shit. We got, the homegirl right here, one of the survivors that was there, and and we're doing
shot, but you know what? That's part of the life. I mean, I can't escape a bullet. I've been shot. I've been stabbed. I got stabbed. I got cut my lip. The whole nine yards. I've been in brawls with people because I will fight. And I'm a good fighter.
Right.
And I'm a spot-on marksman. And my favorite weapon of choice is a black titanium, custom-made. What do you call it?
What you got? Dagger?
I'm brain for now.
A dagger? What?
No. It's a crossbow.
Oh, the crossbows. Watch the cross. You see what's good with the crossbows is you could shoot a motherfucker and get your ammo back. Imagine if you could shoot somebody and get your ammo back, man. I'll save a lot of money on bullets. I'm just saying, y'all.
No. Listen, it is silent but deadly because I have the arrows custom made. They have four fins on them, and each fin has little slits in it, so when they go through you,
it's hard to pull them out.
They pull your guts and shit out with them, and you go down and you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
I just prefer that because it's quiet. I can go out at night. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Nobody will hear shit until they find a guy.
So will you ever ride motorcycles again or no?
Oh yeah, we had a bagger, with the girly bike with the little one. I got pictures on my phone, but we got a Dyna, a white one, and the bagger was black, and the Sporty was black. But they were built to shit. So I used to take the Dyna, the white one, the new one we have, is a 2004, has 8,000 original miles on it.
Nice.
Very low. Got the bike, and that became my race bike. So I would find guys with Harleys, like over at the Rock Store in Malibu. See, would anybody here like to do a little race against me? I want to see how fast my bike will go. It's a new bike.
She's calling y'all motherfuckers out. Y'all got any type of bikes y'all want to race? Holla at me, I'll holla at Lynn, and we'll see what's good with it. Real talk.
Well,
Dandruff is in the building on some damn. Who are these motherfuckers rolling deep and shit? What you looking at? These
yeah.
motherfuckers right here, crazy. But we out here in the streets, real talk. Hell's Angels, crazy shit, man. My girl right here, Lynn's in the building. She's telling y'all the story of perseverance and how she overcame all that shit from
Mhm.
blood and guts and brains all over her. It's fucking crazy, y'all. For you guys don't, y'all acknowledge it, real talk. So what do you got
And
going? What do you got going now, Miss
and I
Lynn?
have to say too that when that happened to Pappy, I actually prayed for him, and
Was
his
he dead? Was
soul.
he dead when they? I'm pretty sure he
Oh,
was because
oh
he has
yeah,
brains.
no,
Yeah.
it was like right here between the eyes and off the back. But I,
So they walked up on him.
since
They
I
walked
can't,
up on him and they started shooting him.
no, they didn't walk up. They just went like this and blam. It was almost like a weird kind of a hit because it wasn't even like he didn't sit there like absolutely get him in the sights. It just
Yeah.
walked in. They was everybody was shooting, everybody was stabbing, everybody was had
It was just
chains.
chaos.
It was
How many people was
screaming,
the
yelling.
melee?
Oh shit! And then it's been I don't know maybe
How many bikers was it?
probably anywhere from like 100 each day to 100 Mongols. I don't know.
Damn, 100
They,
versus
and
100. Imagine
then
it was like
there was
Braveheart.
full of people too. And the one guy, they shot him in the back of the neck and he got paralyzed. One of the Mongols hit him and he was just a customer.
Yeah,
And
I got one of my boys that got fucking shot in the stomach, and he's fucked till this day. And
yeah,
he's on the opposite, the opposing team.
mhm,
He's a Mongol,
yeah.
and that's crazy, man. That is wild
But
on some real
the
shit.
HGs, we hate, we don't get along, whatever. But they don't go looking for trouble.
Hmm.
That's only once in a while. And see, Ventura was another story because Ventura was George Christie,
Yeah.
and he ran a very loose ship. All his boys were like big boys, 6'7", 6'8", 6'9",
Damn.
but they were selling shit to the kids at the high school,
Oh yeah, they got something coming.
and they got popped. Well, then Mr. Christie did an interview when he laid down all bullshit information, names, grave, sand dunes, whatever the hell he gave up. When Sonny Barger died last year, I was on the phone with his wife Zarina when he basically took his last breath. It was
And
really
How did Sonny die?
he had liver cancer.
Oh, so Sonny died of liver cancer.
Yeah.
For those that don't know who's Sonny?
Sonny is the head of the HA San Francisco
The
Frisco
Hells Angels
chapter,
Frisco chapter.
down to SFV, San Fernando Valley, to um, uh, Cave Creek, over in Arizona,
Right.
and they got a big complex over there. But they try to mind their own business, but every once in a while, a little hassle, whatever, between each other,
Right.
and I don't like. Personally, I don't like people that can't get along or can like go their separate ways, do their own bullshit without
Right.
getting a big hassle. There's no reason for it.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to see a dead Mongol. I don't want to see a dead HA. But sometimes people get a little hot-headed and a little hate
Yeah,
themselves.
they get a little overwhelmed. I'd get there sometimes, but at the end of the day, I mean, what are you doing now? Like, I mean, like, how did you overcome all that, and how do you feel now? Like,
I'm still in it. I'm just what you call like retired now because I had a serious bike accident and I fucked up my back. Now I'm the bionic woman with three metal discs in my lower back, and I
ouch.
have one, two, three pins in my toes.
Mm.
So
And that's
yeah,
all from riding motorcycles.
it's
Okay.
like 4 accidents, and it was a little old lady, hair in a little bun. She's driving a Cadillac. Her head is barely above the steering wheel, and she just came on over and just cut us over off, and we were down.
Can I ask you one last question before we get out of here?
Sure.
For any little kid or any little girl, like, like boy or girl, what would you say if they're trying to get into this life? Like, like, hey, I want to roll with this bike, with this biker gang, or I want to roll with this you know, this gang or this type of camaraderie?
Well,
Like, you
there's
know,
two
what would you
different.
say? What would you say?
There's two kinds of women that would go. There are the biker chicks that like to, have a boyfriend, a bad boy, and all that shit, and go out ride and party and all that stuff. And that's one kind because I do. Uh, I know a lot of porn stars that.
Wait a minute, porn stars. This is another episode.
No, I know where they live, and uh, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, whatever, I plan a party and get somebody to barbecue and bring the
What do
girls
they barbecue?
over.
Hot dogs? I'm just fucking with you.
No, we got a guy who brings big things of filet mignon.
Filet mignon.
Yeah, and they put on.
You didn't answer my question though. I'm just saying for all the girls and like kids that are trying to join a
No,
biker gang, what would you say?
Those the prostitute parties are to please the boys, have a good old time. Then they have their girlfriends, their old ladies, whatever, and that's another kind. Then there is the kind like me,
Hmm.
who has like no feeling, no emotions, so I am like totally detached.
Right.
If I had to give information or whatever to a little girl,
What would you say?
I would tell her it's up to you how much violence and how much scary little things that if you think you could handle that, then go for it. If that's what's gonna make you happy. But I would personally say now times have changed since the 50s and the 60s when all Hell's Angels all came together and got their shit together because they were actually guys who came home from the war who started the HGs, and then it became something else. It wasn't a brotherhood of
Right.
military guys anymore. It now is something totally different. So you gotta pick and choose your friends. You gotta know what you can tolerate. If you can, get along with that kind of lifestyle, go for it. I mean, because it's a lot of fun, but there's a lot of anxiety and a
A
lot
lot
of
of risk.
yeah, and a lot of did I just get shot? If you can't handle that, then don't do it. But
Don't do
seriously,
it. Don't do it, y'all. On some real
yeah,
shit. She's saying don't
be
do it, y'all.
good because you can find yourself a good man without having to be.
The gangster.
Yeah,
Or,
you don't have
or
to be gangster.
an outlaw.
Yep.
I am
But
DrDandruff on
I
some real
have
shit. You got something last you want to say? Let's go on. Let's go on and say it. We
I
almost
have
been on an hour.
always been I have always been an outlaw. I've always been the black sheep.
Yes.
And I've always been the biggest bitch on the face of this earth because I have a temper that let's put my brother's 6'7", and he pissed me off, and I tried to kill him with a 3-prong little garden tool. He ran.
Damn.
Yeah, and he ran, got my husband at the shop,
Mm-hmm.
and she goes, "Your fucking wife is crazy. She just tried to kill me."
He didn't
You know,
say my sister's crazy. He said your fucking wife is crazy.
yeah, he didn't say much. Yeah, no, he was pissed because his wife was a fucking asshole. And I tried to tell him that, and he didn't want to believe it because she was such a good lying drunk that he believed her, and for that he was gonna die that day. You don't call me a liar fucker when I'm watching her shit all day long. And she's drinking a case of Miller, and that baby that she just had is always sleeping because the fucking kid is drunk.
They give him NyQuil, y'all.
Yeah, so you don't be drinking. One can helps with the milk if you're nursing, but not a whole fucking case a day. But anyway,
Hey.
so I had my brother living with us for a while, and we had the front house. I gave him the back house, and they were there for a while until.
So
we had
what
to
made you
leave.
try to kill him? Like what happened?
Well, let's put it this way. She says she buys. He does tool and die at the time, standing on his feet for 12 hours, and getting like bulging veins. And this bitch is sitting home drinking a case of beer. When he gets his paycheck, $1,800 a week, good money.
Mm.
She gives him $2 to buy coffee for the week, and she takes the rest.
Oh yeah, she's
And
fucking
she's
up.
telling him that she's paying the house payment and all this shit to me. I go, okay. Well, she tells, she's got a daughter from a first husband or boyfriend, whatever the fuck. And she looks just like a big fat boy George.
Come on,
Yeah,
chameleon.
she's a chameleon, all right. So she acts all innocent in front of everybody, but she goes to a party. I got the kid across the street. I said, can you show her around, take her to a party or whatever? What does she do? She gets drunk. She gets strip ass naked, stands in the
Strip
hallway.
ass naked. Did she have big titties?
No,
Oh,
she was
never
a
mind.
fat cow, and she had maybe eggs sunny side up her tits. And she's drunk, and the bitch is screaming, "Somebody come and fuck me! I'm horny!" And she's screaming this to everybody. And so the kid across the street, after the party, he avoided me like the plague, and I go, "Why are you like avoiding me, dude? You don't even say hi anymore." He goes, "Well, I didn't want to tell you this, but when we took her over to the party, this is what happened." And I went, "Fuck me. Oh my God, fuck me till the wheels fall off." Don't tell me she did that because she just blew everything. She embarrassed the fuck out of me. And so I was telling my brother, your 12-year-old boy George fat cow is a little slut, and she was trying to get a big train going at this party. And I was like humiliated to the point of wanting to kill her. And then I told my brother that she's gonna get a case of beer. Baby's always drunk, that she gets happy because she's nursing it. And her 12-year-old boy George is a fucking little slut.
Not a fucking
And my
little
brother
slut.
goes, "No, I don't believe that. I believe my wife when she tells me that she's all good and everything's all fine, and you're lying, trying to break up our marriage." And that was what set me off.
Y'all heard it right here on the Dr. Dandruff show. Crazy. My guest right here, Miss Lynn right here, man. She came, she saw, she conquered, telling about the craziest shit that happened, you know, like, hey, real talk. If you want to be from a gang, she said it best. Just be prepared for what it comes.
Comes with it.
Real talk. We are here. We came. We saw. We conquered. We out of here. See y'all up, man. Catch y'all up. Thank you guys for
Love
stopping
ya.
by. Real talk. See y'all.
Bye.
Thank you, Mama.
Probably erase it now.